I went to a pumpkin patch on oh, thank you. I went to a pumpkin patch on Saturday for like 4 hours, which is where I got this sunburn. And it was kind of nerve-wracking because it was for a photo shoot that I just wanted to hang out with my friend, and she was like, we're going to a pumpkin patch, we're doing a photo shoot, and I was like, okay. And now there are 250 pictures of me on Facebook confused in a pumpkin patch because I don't know what face to make when I'm like posing with decorative gourds. And I got like really, I just developed this nervous tick, and I'm glad that like there's been so much like dad talk, like that we're in the dad zone now, because I just like couldn't stop. It's like I was playing this improv game with myself where I was in a universe where every show was about dads, and so I just kept muttering to myself and like touching the pumpkins with my foot, and I was just like, dads of anarchy. Gossip dad. Breaking dad. Dad men. Final destination. And like the guy taking the pictures was just like, do you have a dad? And I was like, do you have a dad? I have a really cool dad. It's like, why'd you say that? And he was like, because I was wondering like if you're doing that because you have dad issues. And I was like, ha! Like, I just met you like 4 minutes ago and you're taking pictures of me with pumpkins. Like, I guess if I did have daddy issues, like, a pumpkin patch is like a really idealistic, like pleasant place to talk about it. Seated amongst like the autumnal atmosphere and with the decorative gourds. But I had like a largely like a stay-at-home dad growing up. He was a real estate appraiser, and so I worked in the basement and pricing real estate. And a lot of his like parenting techniques were really similar to like performance art. He was disingenuous like all the time and never clarified like exactly how disingenuous he was being. And when I was 9, I was like watching Titanic on VHS by myself in the living room, and he like woke up from a nap and came out, and it was a part of Titanic where it's getting real. DMX is gonna show up. It's getting real. And it's the part where like the cylinder things are popping off and they're like falling on people who like weren't rich, so they didn't get in the lifeboat. And my dad like, all these people here, they died for real. Everyone you're looking at right now is dead. Billy Zane is gone? Robert Goulet is dead? Oh, no! I was not having it at all. And he didn't like clarify that it was not the case, so he just like walked out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply this to every movie I watch from now on. So like everything I see for the rest of my like 9 to 11 years old, I'm like, Space Jam, totally feasible. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, why the hell not? Tremors, absolutely. I thought Steve Buscemi was like immortal because of this. I thought he was immortal. I watched Fargo, and then I saw him in like Spy Kids 2, and I was like, how? Social illusion. Alright. And so then like in the 5th grade, my teacher assigns this research paper project, and we can pick any topic we want. And at first I picked Woodstock, because I saw an episode of The Simpsons that made me think like hippies were neat. So I was like, okay. And I found one website on like online, and this is like 1999, so like it's like some dude Zanga, where he just talks about like going like being at Woodstock. He's like this 45-year-old dude on Zanga, and I'm like, yeah, this is not a good source. And so I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I have a documentary about it with real people who died for art. I'm gonna write some Titanic. So I used James Cameron's disaster peril film as like my primary source for a research paper on the Titanic for my advanced language arts class in the 5th grade. And I even made like a nice little section for Robert Goulet. Had a like header in italics talking about like when Robert Goulet was born and how he died in the ocean with other people for a trip to Spain. And so I turned it in, and Miss Gleason was like, yeah, this is good. There are parts about like Irish class warfare on the boat, and Leonardo DiCaprio being dead, and like this 80-year-old woman who like threw a diamond into like aquatic hell. But I'm gonna pretend you just didn't know what you were doing, so I'm gonna give you the grade that you deserve in a universe where you can use like movies as your primary sources. So, the moral of the story is, dads are great, dads are good. Don't put dads in a bibliography. Thank you, you guys have been delightful.